My name is Max Archibald. I'm 13 years old and I'm a proud Canadian. Records show that the youngest recruit accepted for active service with the Canadian Forces during World War II was 13 years of age. There were 3 of them, and they enlisted in the Army. I'm 13, and I could never imagine how hard it would have been for those boys. How scared they would have been, how nervous, how lonely, and knowing the fact that they could die at any given moment. My parents never fought in the war. My grandparents were born during the war, but no one ever talks about it. My generation is so far removed from the war that we take it for granted, and we don't realize if our great-grandparents didn't fight in the war, none of us would be alive right now. I found a recording of a Canadian soldier describing what it's like in the trenches. I'm going to reenact everything Dr. ALTHOL Stewart describes in the recording, to show you the fear and struggle our ancestors went through to protect us, to protect Canada.
I have been asked to do this broadcast because, I am told, the people at home want to know, what is it like? Is your man in the infantry? Do you know what it's like? Of course you don't. You have never slept in a hole in the ground which you have dug while someone tried to kill you. A hole dug as deep as you can, as quick as you can. The site given you by an officer who isn't as much interested in your comfort as putting you where you can kill Germans. It is an open grave, and yet graves don't fill up with water. They don't harbor wasps or mosquitoes, and you don't feel the cold, clammy wet that goes into your marrow. At night, the infantryman gets some boards, or tin, or an old door, and puts it over one end of his slit trench. Then he shovels on top of it as much dirt as he can scrape up nearby. He sleeps with his head under this, not to keep out the rain, but to protect his head and chest from airburst. Did I say sleeps? Let us say collapses. You see, the infantryman must be awake for 1/2 the night. The reason is that 1/2 of the troops are on watch, and the other half are resting, washing, shaving, writing letters, eating, or cleaning weapons. That is, if he is not being shot at, shelled, mortared, or counterattacked, or if he is not too exhausted to do it. When he is mortared or shelled, he is deathly afraid, and in the daytime he chain smokes, curses, or prays. All of this lying on his belly with his hands under his chest to lessen the pain from the blast. If the enemy are coming, the soldier has to stay above ground and does not notice the shelling much. He is too busy trying to keep the enemy away. On night watch, the infantryman squats or kneels in his trench and peers about him looking for German patrols. Every sound makes his belly jump to his mouth. His rifle lies on top of the ground. He keeps one hand on the butt. Sometimes the whole unit is on the alert all night. A trench is dug just wide enough for the shoulders, as long as the body, and as deep as there is time. It may be occupied for 2 hours or 2 weeks. The next time you are near some muddy fields after a rain, take a look in a ditch. That is where your man lives.
Thank you, Captain Stewart.